In this video, I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of PvP battles in Pokemon Go, and the reason for that is because I really want to hit Legend Rank this season. I really do think it's about time that I hit this one milestone, so that way I could say that I've accomplished everything that a player could accomplish when it comes to this game. Alright, what's happening y'all? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. Alright, so we got ourselves a new season of Pokemon Go. It's the Might and Mastery season, and one thing with this season is that I'm going to start doing PvP battles once again. I think for the last, I want to say 3 seasons, I've been completely neglecting PvP in Pokemon Go. And the reason for that is because the part that I really enjoy about this game is the PvE content. When it comes to raid battles, Team Go Rocket battles, that tends to be my forte. But PvP is something that I really want to dabble with, and maybe this is the season where I finally hit Legend Rank, and I really hope I do that. Because when it comes to Pokemon Go, I feel like I've pretty much accomplished everything in this game. I've raided pretty much every single legendary without issue. I've gotten so many really good Pokemon over the years. And the one thing I did not master in Pokemon Go is, of course, PvP. I've certainly come really close to Legend Rank in previous seasons, but I feel like I always fall short. But I think this time around I'm feeling really good about myself. I really do think that if I continue to grind it out, I will finally hit Legend Rank. But the one thing I will say is that when it comes to PvP, I'm very inexperienced and I make a lot of mistakes. So hopefully I'll get a lot of learning experiences along the way and I'll actually improve in PvP. But in any case, yeah, let's get right into the battles. So this is the team that I'm rocking right now. This is a team consisting of Malamar, or this one. I have Clodsire as well as Azumarill, and this is, or Azumarill, yeah, Azumarill. And this team is pretty well rounded, I will say. It's a team that consists of basically what I had at the time, like once the meta shifted and I took a look at pvpoke.com to see what Pokemon were the most relevant, the most powerful. This is the team that I ended up constructing. It just seems to work out really well, at least for my first day's worth of battles. This is actually my second day of battling, and let's just see how I end up doing. Now, early on in the early ranks, before you hit, I want to say like rank 10, all of the battles are extremely easy. They're not really that difficult. You're basically going up against a lot of players who do not have substantial Pokemon collections, and that's actually very surprising that I'm actually going up against another Malamar, and yeah, I feel like that's very interesting. So kind of goes against what I just said. Usually I come across a lot of players who may not necessarily have the most meta Pokemon, but this one might actually work out. So the one thing that I'm going to do is build up some energy and try to switch out and catch a charge attack with my Azumarill. Oh, and I did not do it in time. So now I'm wondering if I should burn a shield. I think I might. This is it's kind of a sloppy start. I'll be honest with you. It's kind of a sloppy start. I feel like what I should have done was pay attention. Because as soon as the match started, I kind of got thrown off a little bit here. So I'm going to try to switch, and there you go. I'm going to catch, I think it's going to be Dark Pulse, and then that'll allow me to, or was it Foul Play, not Dark Pulse. And yeah, just ride it out with Azumarill. And Azumarill has always been one of those Pokemon that I always loved using in PvP, just because it's so tanky, it has a really powerful moveset, it has a lot of versatility, and I just feel like overall with what the... Oh wow, so it's going to be a straight up mirror match so far. I wonder if Clodsire is going to be their third Pokemon. That'll be actually quite hilarious. Although I feel like they would have switched over to Clodsire if that was the case. But that's precisely what I plan to do, depending on how this goes. Right now I'm losing the health matchup, which is natural based on how I played that. But I'm still feeling pretty confident about this match because let's say they knock out my Azumarill, then I could bring in Clodsire, and then that'll essentially deal with both of their Pokemon, both the Azumarill as well as Well, actually, it depends, because if they have Hydro Cannon, that'll be quite disastrous. Yeah, I'm gonna let Azumarill get knocked out here. It's gonna get sacked. And then we'll bring in Clodsire to finish this off. Although I'm really worried about Hydro Cannon. I feel like that's going to be devastating. But we're going to knock out this Azumarill. And then we're going to have to see what their third Pokemon is. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so that's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna shield this. It's gonna be either Ice Beam or, yep, the Ice Beam. Clodsire is weak against Ice Beam, unfortunately. But let's see what that third Pokemon is going to be. I have a feeling they might go back to Malamar. And if they do, hopefully we'll be able to take it down. Oh no, it's another Clodsire. Yeah, so it's exactly as I said. It's a straight up mirror match, which is hilarious. But I did have the energy advantage, so I'll at least get the Earthquakes off faster. And I just need to hit 2 of them in order to knock this out. There you go. Yeah, this is going to be Earthquake. A little concerned because the health, they do have a health advantage. Yeah, there's the second Earthquake. And it's going to be a matter of us landing this second Earthquake. And I knew they were going to do that. So, of course, I did not pull the trigger. So this is already looking pretty good. Because now they have to make... Yep, they have to decide. And they know they're pretty much done. So that was interesting. That was a mirror match as my first match of this day. I think that's actually quite hilarious. So we're going to lose that. But we do have an Earthquake. And there you go. GG. Very interesting how that ended up working out. But there you go. I made a few mistakes there, obviously, in the beginning. I just wasn't set and prepped for this match. But that actually went pretty well. Alright. So I'll take it. So interesting that it worked out that way. I think that's actually quite hilarious. So let's jump into the next battle. I want to see how far we can go. I probably will just do 5 battles for this video in particular. In the future, I plan to do more PvP battle videos just like this one, but I think I'll do the entire 25 battle set. Just for this one though, I'm just going to keep it short just because, yeah, I have some other things that I want to do. And I don't want to sit here and just PvP for like an hour. It's kind of one of the things that I don't like about PvP is that there's such a grind. But this is actually kind of a questionable matchup. I think I'll be okay if they have... they'll probably run with Fly instead of Brave Bird. That's my suspicion. They'll probably start off with like a Flame Charge. I'm gonna have to shield it because it'll knock out or it'll do substantial amounts of damage to my Malamar. Actually, when it comes to Talonflame, I feel like what I'm supposed to do is actually shield the second one, I realized. That's something from back in the day that I remembered. So maybe I shouldn't have shielded that, but I feel like at this point, kind of needed to. Alright, so do I burn that second shield? Do I just keep this going? Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, I knew Fly was coming. So now what I'm looking to do is build up energy for whatever their second Pokemon is and just try to get myself a bit of a head start. Okay, so that's interesting. Oh, I should have went with Superpower. Okay, so now we know that we can jump in with Clodsire and have a bit of an advantage here. Or actually, Azumarill could have actually done well as well. I'm actually concerned because if they have some kind of hard-hitting grass type attack, I'm not very familiar with Cacturne. It's a very interesting Pokemon to use. Okay, Trailblaze, yeah. So, thankfully, the poison typing of Clodsire kind of negates the damage of Trailblaze, so that was good. But there we go. Boom. Should be a one-hit hit. And we got a Dragon type. Goodra. So, easy peasy. Yeah, this tends to be how the early rank matchups tend to go. Like, you're gonna come across a lot of Pokemon that are just not meta, and the battles are going to be a lot easier. Alright, I knew that was coming, but it's not gonna take much. Actually, I'm gonna use Ice Beam. Both are super effective moves. I probably should have gone with Play Rough. We'll see how this goes. Yeah. It's not gonna be enough for them to take me out. I think they need 2 Thunder Punches, which they might have right now. But it's okay. It is okay. I'll be okay. Because, yeah, and they gave up. So yeah, easy peasy. Now let's move on to the next battle. Yeah, PvP is quite fun, I will say. PvP is quite fun. It's actually very stressful as well. One of the reasons why I neglected PvP for so long is just because the meta just constantly shifts, and I really hate that about PvP. I really wish that, like, you know, I understand that it's what makes PvP a lot of fun as well. Like, one of the reasons why people constantly do PvP is simply for the fact that it's always different every season. But in my opinion, it can be very cumbersome that you have to constantly power up different Pokemon every season. You have to try out so many different things just to keep up with whatever the meta is. And yeah, sometimes it just gets so mind-bogglingly stressful because you'll be playing this game and you finally get yourself like a team that works, and then it's no longer relevant. And that was me, because I built a team around Pokemon like, I don't know, like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, I built a team around like Medicham, Altaria, and Stunfisk, and that worked out really well for like the earlier seasons. But then I think the meta shifted to Skarmory, and I did not have myself a good Skarmory that I could use. Nor did I have the candies to get Skarmory to the level that it needed to be. So I really struggled during those seasons, and then I just essentially lost interest. And I feel like that tends to happen a lot when it comes to this game. So yeah, I really wish the meta constantly shifting just was something that was a lot more manageable. It can be very difficult, honestly, but at the same time, you know, that's part of the game, right? There's going to be certain Pokemon that are going to be good across multiple metas. For example, this Pokemon right here, Clodsire, I think for the last 2 or 3 metas, it has been really good. I don't know why I shielded there. For the last 2 or 3 metas, it was actually really good. And this season, it's still ranked at the top. So yeah, there you go. Kind of completely negates my point. But in any case, Diggersby, that's interesting. That's definitely something we can handle. Because Earthquake, not going to do a lot. But Azu, Meryl will definitely deal with this Pokemon without issue. There we go. No matter what it has, Azumarill is going to be... Oh, Hyper Beam is actually kind of interesting. But this should be it. The other thing that I don't like about PvP is just how time-consuming it can be. How necessary it is for you to do pretty much all of your battles. It's such a grind. It really is such a grind. Oh, and I completely forgot about Steelix here, but that's okay. Before I can get a charge attack off, because I'm worried it has something of a surprise. Actually, I don't think I needed Ice Beam there. But yeah, we pretty much got this. Boom. And I know I'm playing horribly. Again, I'm very inexperienced when it comes to PvP. I have had a very terrible track record. I think the only time I've had like super winning seasons was basically when I tanked for the first, I don't know, 20 ranks. I decided not to do that this time around. I wanted to just legitimately play and see how far I can go. And I feel like that's just a more fun way to play. Tanking is a way for you to get a lot of the rewards. Yeah, but it just really isn't that fun. Like, why would you want to lose on purpose for days on end just so you could get a huge win streak? I mean, for some players that might be fun, I'll admit, but I just feel like with PvP, it's just more fun to just constantly grind it out and just see how far you can go and, you know, learn a lot of things along the way. That's the one thing about tanking that I did not like. I did not learn a lot because I wasn't making a lot of, I don't know. Just, I didn't have a lot of learning experiences. I didn't have very constructive mistakes because either I win a whole bunch or I lose a whole bunch. That's basically what it came down to. It didn't really matter if you had any kind of strategy or technique or, I don't know, any kind of pre-planning stuff, because most of the time you're just going up against 10 CP Pokemon. So yeah, I feel like tanking is not the way to go, but some people will disagree with me. Totally understand that. But at the end of the day, it really just depends on what your aim is. And if you want to get like legend rank, I feel like tanking is just a huge waste of time. It's probably best for you to just grind it out, see how far you can go. Alright, so Carbink is a very interesting choice because Carbink is one of those Pokemon that was actually meta for a while. And frustratingly, I finally got my Carbink. I actually had a really good Carbink that I was making ready for PvP. But it requires so much like Candy XL, requires a whole bunch of Stardust, and it was very frustrating for me because I finally had myself a Carbink that was ready to go, and then immediately it just completely fell off the meta. And yeah, that was incredibly frustrating. Now, this is interesting. So, Lapras is one of those Pokemon that is suddenly really good this season. I'm very curious to see just how much damage this Pokemon is going to do. And I actually think this one Lapras is going to completely decimate my entire team, because I don't have an answer to this, unfortunately. My Azumarill is about to die. My Malamar is about to die. And the best I can do at this point is just hopefully get its shields down with Clodsire. And then, I don't know, pray to Arceus that I can actually... let's see, what am I going to do here? Sparkling Aria, would it be enough to knock this out? Well, let's find out. No, it's not. Okay. So that might work out. That might work out in our favor. Now we have the shield advantage, because I don't know if they're going to shield this. They probably will. Oh god, I forgot about Blastoise. Okay. Now I feel like we're screwed. Okay. So now we got a bit of a shield advantage. That was kind of annoying. So now I'm wondering what I need to do here. Because they're simply just going to farm up the energy. Now I don't know what I can do. Yeah, they got 2 Sparkling Arias probably. Alright, this is the way I'm going to do it. This is the way I'm going to do it. We're going to do 1. And then... Oh, I should have switched. Okay. That was my mistake. I could have won that one. I could have won that one. Dang, that's rough. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can pull it off. Oh, okay. Woo! So I got really lucky there. That was a bit of a misplay because what I intended to do was switch over to Malamar to eat the second Sparkling Aria and then finish it off with Dazzling Gleam. But it ended up working out. It ended up working out. Malamar is actually a very powerful Pokemon because of the energy generation, I will say. So yeah, let's get this last battle in. I have a feeling it'll go pretty well. It'll be nice to have like a 5-win streak. But again, these are the lower ranks, so I don't expect to struggle. I will probably come across some teams that are difficult, like what we saw. Charjabug, that's an interesting one. Interesting is the word of the day. But yeah, it just seems like the actual challenge will come later on. And that's when I expect to learn a lot. You know, that's when I expect to, you know, kind of see what other players do to really get ahead. And hopefully I'll develop a lot of skills and a lot of techniques and a lot of strategy based on that. So X-Scissor, that's a very scary move because Malamar is actually double weak against it. It's one of those rare occasions where, yeah, boom, just like that. Probably could have shielded it. I probably could have. Okay, here we go. Goodra. Okay. Now I'm in a bit of a pickle because... yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. So... we need to get this Goodra down. It's gonna land at least 1 Thunder Punch. It's probably gonna shield this, because why wouldn't it? It would be a 1-shot kill. Okay, it decides not to. great. But it's gonna go back to Charge-a-Bug, and that's already bad news bears. Oh boy. Alright. So we're just gonna let him eat it. Because they do need multiple discharge. And I will be able to survive this. I'm trying to get Ice Beam off. And hopefully, really hopefully, they do something like, I don't know, if they have like a charm in the back, like that would be really good. Like a charm Pokemon in the back, because then that would allow, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Now it's getting interesting. Alright. So I was not expecting, what is this, not Infernape, Annihilate. But, yeah. We gotta bait out that shield and then hit Earthquake. That's the only way this is gonna go well. If they decide not to shield this, I'm pretty much GG. Okay. Here we go. I think we're okay. We're gonna see. We'll just shield this for good measure. And... boom. Okay. I think this is it. This should be enough. This should be enough. And if it's not, we could just finish it off with Azumarill. There we go. 5 wins! Just like that. And, yeah, I'm excited for the season. I think it's going to be a good season. I think I can definitely get pretty far ahead. There's definitely going to be a lot of learning moments during this season. I feel like a lot of the things that I can fix are just going to come down to just me constantly playing. But yeah, let's see how things go. Hopefully I'll hit Legend Rank, and I'll definitely be uploading a lot more PvP videos just like this one. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely share your thoughts down below if there's any way that I can improve as a PvP player. If there's something that you want to point out that I did that you're just cringing at, definitely go ahead. Feel free to do that so that I can learn. I want to actually get better at PvP, and one of the best ways you can improve is, of course, constructive criticism. So yeah, if you have any of that, definitely share it down below in the comments, and hopefully we can have a great discussion. Thank you so much for making it all the way to this point in the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And real quick, let me shout out all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Jinsula channel, the absolute best way you could do that is always going to be by joining my Patreon. And if you decide to do that, I'm going to add you to my Pokemon Go friends list. And that means for stuff like remote raids, sending and receiving gifts, different things like that. If you want to play Pokemon Go with me, then do consider joining my Patreon. I'll put a link to that in the description below. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, you're always welcome to do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula, and I'm on the platforms that you see on the bottom of your screen. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow. That will be a huge help to my channel. And that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.
진솔아와 함께